Not to that time.
Escorted.
Bill is trying to play conservative here because he wants to stretch this match out. He believes he's the best player at this table, and the longer it takes to finish it, the better his chances of winning are.
Okay, action on the Mattress King. Tony LaCastro, King 3 of clubs. He's been a little quiet lately. He goes out on this one, too.
Well, he is just biding his time, just hoping these two guys clash.
Bill's got a big hand. King, Queen offsuit.
Well, let's see how he's going to play it. He's going to raise it. He's not limping in this time. And he's going to make it 130,000 to go.
Okay, all he has to beat is his old nemesis, well, I should say young nemesis, Nick, who has just an 8-5, but says, I'll call that. I'm going to speculate.
Well, so far, Nick Schulman's been tattooing Bill Gazes today. This youngster has taken it to him. See if he can get lucky here with the 8-5. Well, he's flopped a part of it. He's flopped second pair.
Yes, he has.
Action's on Bill. Bill's checking here.
Gonna give free range to the kid. He's got a piece of this flop.
So Nick is going to assume he's got two big cards, that this flop didn't help him. He's made 2 5s. He's going to make a stab at it. He bets 120,000. Bill's wondering is, geez, that's a pretty small bet for that size pot.
Too easy.
And he's not going to mess around. He goes out with the king high. Nice laydown. The SpongeBob kid just manhandling veteran professional Bill Gazes right now. Stumbling around with 8-5. Makes it work for him. What excitement we're seeing here. The youngster, Nick Schulman, out in front with about 5.3 million. Tony LaCastro with about 1.3. And Bill Gazes is the short stack with $1.1 million. And the antes and blinds are going up, Mike. $10,000 ante, 40 and 80 blinds.
And Vince, you got to say the 21-year-old is making it look easy here. Nick came to this final table, the big chip leader. He just steadily increased it, never jeopardized his chips at all.
Bill goes quickly out. And now Nick Schulman, ace-5 of spades.
He's going to pop it up a little. See what he's going to bet.
He is in the small blind right now. Only one man to beat.
All in.
Look at this. Before Nick could even get his chips in with the raise, Tony on top of him says all in.
Well, that's unbelievable how quickly he said all in.
Count it.
I'm not sure Nick even had to commit all the chips he put out there if he didn't want to.
Now, Tony's got ace-9. Back around to Nick. How disturbing.
Well, if you're sitting in Nick's seat, it's very puzzling to you. Because you're saying to yourself, you know, if he had a real strong hand, he'd let me put in all the chips I could put in before he'd raise it all in. Maybe he's not that strong.
How much more is it?
I don't even think Nick had made the full raise yet.
Is it total?
That's the total.
Well,
So a little confusion here.
Well, it's going to cost Nick about $1 million more to make
The
this
raise was
call.
320, right?
Yep.
Okay, I see.
He can well afford to make it, and I'm sure his curiosity is peaking right now, Vince.
All right, call.
And now he makes the call. And what a place Tony LaCastro will be, and he gets elated there when he sees Nick's hand.
You see Tony jump up there a little bit.
Oh, boy, doing the La Bamba there. Oh, he's got ace-9 over ace-5.
This is the first time we've seen Nick get his money in the pot with the worst hand, but it was just unique how that hand was played. You just wonder if the speed that Tony said all in affected Nick's call there. That was just a play of an amateur, and it could cost Nick right here. He could take his first blow at this final table if he loses this pot.
And Nick is looking like Nick Nolte on a Sunday morning, absolutely depressed there. Tremendous excitement here for Tony LaCastro as he paces the floor.
A huge pot here, Vince. 2.7 million in this pot.
Here's the flop.
It's come King 8-6. No help for either player.
But that's good for Tony because his ace-9 obviously out in front over Nick.
King 8.
Well, what this means is Nick is going to have to catch a 5 or 2 running cards to make it straight if he wants to win this pot. Take Tony out of here. Now a 10 comes off. And right now, Nick Schulman must catch a 5 to take Tony LaCastro out of this tournament.
He's got the old 3 outer. He is a long shot.
Keep it high.
If he should hit this miracle card, it would be over for Tony LaCastro.
Notice if a 6 or an 8 comes off and pairs the board, they would split this pot.
Keep it high. Yes!
But no, it's a 4 that's come off.
He's done it.
So there you go. Tony LaCastro taking down over 2.7 million in that pot. The amateur's dream lives on. And Vince, do you think that will affect him from here out?
You just don't know, but you can just feel the pain in the room. Just a tremendous turnaround, but action right now on Nick Schulman. Looking down at a 7-4 offsuit this time.
And look at this, Vince. He is reaching for chips here. Now, do you think he's steaming a little bit from losing that last big pot? Makes it 240,000 to go, and just that quickly, Tony goes all in with ace-queen, Vince.
Twice he does it before Nick even gets his chips in.
Bill Gazes gets out of the way with the jack-5.
Nick just stepping into Tony's wake here every time.
That's another 240,000 he gives up to the amateur, Tony LaCastro.
So the SpongeBob Kid, very dismal right now, deeply deflated.
Well, it's the first adversity he's faced at this final table, Vince. It's been a walk in the park for him so far, but now let's see how he reacts to some adversity.